Do you hear that? Yeah, me neither. In fact, the silence is almost deafening. It seems like every single day the music industry is constantly blasting things in our faces. Every other day it's a new album dropping, a new music video that sucks compared to the music videos back in the day. Maybe it's a new photo shoot of half-naked photos, maybe a new beef, music artist feuding, some type of desperate grasp for attention being thrown in our faces by the music industry every single day of our lives. However, over the past few days, it's been oddly quiet. I wonder why. Is it because a lot of these people are scared for their lives right now? Is it because half of the music industry knows damn good and well they've been to one of Diddy's parties? And if they haven't been, they've either been to one like it or they throw those kind of parties on their own. The music industry is shook right now. They're shaking in their boots. They don't know who may be next, so a lot of them want to maintain a low profile. That's why you haven't really heard a peep out of a lot of these people. People who are promoting albums are just all of a sudden no longer promoting said album or said single. They're just falling in the background, all scurrying away like roaches when you cut the light on. Now, there has been one person speaking out, 50 Cent. He continues to troll Diddy. So, obviously, I guess he doesn't feel like he has too much to hide. But I really hope that this story draws a lot of attention from the normies. Us people who are plugged in, we already know what's going on in the music industry. But hopefully this wakes up some of the normies. And hopefully they will learn that not everything is a conspiracy. Because people have been exposing what Diddy was doing for years. Hell, it wasn't that long ago that everyone said Kanye West was crazy when he tried to tell y'all about Diddy. So I'm just hoping now. I know it won't wake everyone up, and I know that we're still surrounded by a lot of stupid people who will never catch a hint. They will never get the clue. But hopefully some normies will start paying attention and they'll realize that this stuff that we've been telling y'all for years about the music industry, it's all true. The weird, creepy sex parties that we've been trying to tell you all about, it's true, okay? You thought all of those crazy Illuminati videos you watched in college were all about some fake nonsense? No, I mean, to be honest, most of those conspiracies kind of hit the nail on the head. And if you see what Diddy's accused of, it's all of the stuff that we were trying to tell y'all for years is happening. But they raided Diddy's home, as you all know, and they got all of the electronic devices from his home. So right now, they're sitting on, I would say hours and hours, but more than likely, like, who knows, days and days, months and months, years and years worth of footage, y'all. All types of stuff. They got all types of cell phones, laptops, computers, iPads. They caught up with Diddy at the Miami airport and took his cell phone right off of him. That's one thing I can confirm. They didn't arrest Diddy. They got his phone, though. So, within all of these electronic devices, I can guarantee you, there's some dirt on other people. I'm sure they can find something within all of this to incriminate Diddy, but how much dirt can they gather on other people through whatever's in Diddy's hard drives and computers and cell phones and you name it? So there's a lot of people in the music industry, maybe even some of your favorite artists. And do not make the mistake of thinking that this is just limited to other rappers. Don't make that mistake. Diddy is connected to a lot of people in the music industry, in a lot of different genres, and not just people in the music industry. He's rubbed elbows with politicians, all types of people in Hollywood, CEOs, all types of other billionaires. A lot of them attend his parties, and he attends their parties. So, all I'm saying is this. If law enforcement was actually doing their job and they really wanted to take a lot of people down, I guarantee you they could. So there's a lot of people in the music industry, in Hollywood, politicians, you name it, who are sitting here nervous tonight as we speak. They can't sleep. They're nervous because they don't know where their name has been mentioned in Diddy's cell phones. They don't know where their face might pop up on a security camera or here or there when they were attending one of Diddy's parties or at Diddy's house. A lot of people are nervous tonight or today. You'll be watching the video in the daytime. But with that being said, I want to roll this news clip really quickly. We're going to hear from a former FBI agent about how he feels about all of these details. After this clip, though, I'll be right back with more thoughts of my own.
District. Former FBI Assistant Director Chris Swecker. Chris, great to have you on the show. I mean, the big headline there is kind of what we want to get into you with, because it is now been confirmed this is a sex trafficking case, but Sean Combs is not the target. Well, he sure looks like the target, though, Chris. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, apparently HSI is leaking out a lot of information, and you're right. It looks like there's a very significant sex trafficking, human trafficking investigation underway. And it looks like it's coming out of the HSI Division of International Organized Crime or something along those lines. So it looks pretty significant. Got 2 major search warrants, a lot of process around those search warrants, a lot of kitted out tactical people raiding those 2 locations. So it looks like a lot of drama around all this. And there's enough probable cause, because you don't get search warrants without strong probable cause, that there is at least a human trafficking, sex trafficking ring at work here.
And explain that to us, if you would, Chris, because I know we have talked about, Jonathan just talked about the fact that there have been a number of lawsuits brought against Sean Combs, women alleging that he drugged them, and et cetera, and so on. My questioning, where does the trafficking come in there? What is it that we need to constitute human trafficking, sex trafficking, et cetera?
Yeah, that's a great question, because it looks like some of these lawsuits are sort of personal lawsuits, sexual assaults, sort of one-off. So to make human trafficking or make a human trafficking violation under federal law, you have to be taking women against their will and forcing them to commit sexual acts. Query whether there are underage women involved in this investigation. That would make it even more serious if underage women or men are being forced to commit sexual acts, crossing state lines, crossing international boundaries. And also a question mark is, what does this tie into an organized crime group, a human trafficking organization? And I can tell you, the federal agencies don't like to get involved in one-off type cases. Neither the FBI or HSI will engage in small one-off, 1 or 2, prostitution rings and that sort of thing. If they're working this case, there are every indications that this is a serious, significant human trafficking ring here.
Yep. Yeah, and I just want to kind of go one further with you on that, because here is former federal prosecutor Andrew Cherkasky, what he had to say about this.
They allege everything from rape to sex trafficking to being drugged, and then also things like sexual harassment and other workplace type violence or abuses that are going on. I put this somewhere in between a Harvey Weinstein and an R. Kelly type of case. So I think that the criminal aspects are something that have to be deeply investigated.
In other words, he's saying, Chris, this is a significant case, and now you've got the you've got the Southern District of New York involved in this. A lot of heavy hitters in that area. So it really looks like Sean Combs, Diddy, is in some trouble.
It appears so. I mean, the question is, since they're issuing some disclaimers about him being the target, is he really the target? I mean, it sure seems so. I mean, logic would tell you they're going to his house, going to both houses. They're focusing on his two sons. They have them in zip ties during the course of the search warrants. They may have searched his airplane at Opa-locka and detained some people at Opa-locka Airport, which I work down in Miami. That's an airport of some notoriety. It's a small airport. Used to be a smuggler's airport. So, there's a lot to work with here. And I guess it all rolls back around to it's a pretty significant investigation if you've got HSI going to all this trouble out of the Southern District of New York, which is a serious district.
When I hear that they have, gathered all of these electronic devices, it makes me optimistic at first, thinking, okay, yeah, they're going to take down some other people who are involved in all of this evil, wicked nonsense. But in reality, I'm just not so confident of that. Because at the end of the day, there's a reason why they're going after someone like Diddy and not someone like one of these people who we've been waiting on them to go after for years. A lot of the people on the list, a lot of the powerful people that we know are wrapped up in stuff like what Diddy's doing, they'll never go down, but they'll take Diddy down. So I'm not confident that, how can I put this? I believe there's a possibility that they may go into Diddy's devices, his diddling devices. I believe there's a possibility they may go into his computers, his hard drives, his security cameras, or whatever. I believe there's a possibility they can get evidence to take a powerful person down, but choose not to. I think that right now, the people who have basically confiscated all of this evidence from Diddy's homes, they have the power to, okay, here's this name, we're going to take them down. Here's this name, let's remove this evidence as if it never existed, right? Let's say there's a party, there's video footage of all of these powerful people doing something at a party. I believe that these people who are investigating this case may go in and be like, okay, let's take out this rapper. We don't want him being powerful and having all this money. We're going to take him down, but that politician, we're going to pretend like he was never there. Let's go ahead and get rid of this piece of the footage. You know what I mean? So I don't really trust that we're going to get to the bottom of everything that's going down here, because if we do, then people who are way more powerful than Diddy should be going down. But I don't have confidence that they're going to take them down. So yeah, I do think they will take down people connected to Diddy. I think other people are going to go down with this ship. But I also think there are other people who are involved that will be protected along the way. That's just my opinion, though. We'll see how things play out. But for now, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to donate to the channel, you could do so via Super Thanks, or you could donate directly via Cash App. I'll have my Cash App in the pinned comment. Or for free, you could help the channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. But with that being said, I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.